Right guys, we've just hit Ningaloo Road. This is a dirt track. We've got about 50 kilometres until we get to our destination today, which is North Lefroy camping grounds.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty cool. Now I've just let the I've just aired down. Fronts are down at about 30. The rear of the car is down to about 35, which doesn't seem too low, but considering 50 psi is our road pressure, it's down there. And the Caravan is also on 35, and once again it's taking about 2 tonne of weight on that axle. So the idea is for us to just go nice and slow, 30 k's an hour. If we can manage that, will be great.
No rush.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not sure what the road conditions are like. Apparently it gets pretty bad, but yeah, we kind of used to dirt roads by now. We've duct taped all the vents up in the Caravan and put the scupper vent on. I'll show you guys what I do when we get to camp with the trying to dust proof as much as I can. The old Caravan, so it's still going to get a bit of dust in here and there, especially being an expander. But yeah, so we're gonna. You alright?
I'm showing the Caravan.
Oh.
I don't know why you don't want to show it.
Sorry. Yeah, so we're gonna get into it and we'll see you down the road a bit. Show you what the road conditions are like, and we'll tell you all about it at the end, eh?
Yeah.
Yep. Right, let's go get into it. Yep. She's nicely corrugated now. Done pretty well so far. Averaged about 40 k's an hour, but now we're like down to about 5 k's an hour. Thing is with the Caravan, you just can't go fast to get over the corrugations. Just too rough on your gear. We've already come across one guy who had broken down his Caravan, so we offered to help, but it looks like they had it under control. He's got his mate there helping him out. I offered them to use my satellite phone to call for help or whatever, but they didn't need it. They seemed like they've got it under control, so we left them to it and making our own way down slowly. Only got about 18 kilometres left, and yeah, I think she's going to be a slower run by the looks of it.
I'll give it back to you.
We just pulled over there for a quick little inspection of everything. Checked the tyres. Just put my hand on the sidewall of the tyre and bearings. Everything seems to be cool, even cooler than normally when I go on the highway run. And I put my hand on the shock absorber too, just to make sure it seems cool. I didn't get in there and wiggle everything around just yet. I'll do that when we get to camp, which is only about 13 kilometres away, so yippee for that. And the road's gone a bit better, so it was really bad in that one little section. And now we picked up the pace again to about 30 k's an hour. And we've just been overtaken by a couple of other caravanners. So it's good to see we aren't the only silly buggers here with the Caravans. Okay guys, we made it into North Lefroy. No dramas, no incidences. Took us about 2 hours, about 50 k's of dirt.
Corrugations. Taking it slowly.
Yeah. The first half up to the Ningaloo station turn-off was really good. And then after that, it got really potholy. Yeah, just really slow going. Was no dramas though. Nothing too much for our Caravan and car. But yeah, we got in here last night. Actually, this is the next morning, and all we did is set up. We went for a bit of a snorkel, and it's just seaweed. What do you call seagrass? Seagrass banks out here. So today we're gonna go for a drive to South Lefroy. It's only about 8 k's south from here, and everyone tells us that's a pretty good place to go snorkeling.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that.
The reef is much closer to the beach, so it'll be good for the kids. We don't have to swim too far out, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're going to go there and check it out.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to take you guys along and show you what it's all about. So, let's get into it.
What you got? Pull it up, wind it up. Wind. Oh, it's a duck. Oh, yeah. Walk back with Jordan. Careful.
Well, we did go to South Lefroy. We tried a bit of fishing and caught just one keeper. The reef here was a bit far away from the beach too, and in between the beach and the reef was a really strong current, so not ideal for swimming with kids. So guys, this is our third day today camping in North Lefroy, and we've just been for a drive, done a bit of fishing and stuff, heading north. We checked out Bundera Bandy, tried fishing there, no good. And we just kept driving up and we got north all the way to Yardie Creek just to see what it's like. I kind of made my mind up already that we'll probably go back south and out to Exmouth like that, rather than the shorter way, which is coming to here. But then we've got to cross this creek, which will be alright in the car, but I'm not too keen to do it with the caravan in tow. Sand here is actually not too boggy. Obviously we'll be doing it at a low tide, which is about 8:30 in the morning, and it's probably about, with the caravan, probably hour and a half to get here. So it's just going to mean way too early of a start, too stressful. So we decided we're going to go back south and out like that, just so we don't have any, any dramas with trying to get here at a certain time, because low tide is 8:30, and so you probably be right to cross until about 9:30, 10 o'clock. It is always flowing at the moment. I mean, at the higher tides it's always flowing, because they've had a lot of rain recently around here. Anyways, so yeah, we just came for a drive to check it out. What's the road like? Road conditions coming up here is actually not too bad, much the same as going south. Nothing that would be an issue for the caravan, just same old stuff, corrugations and potholes and rock mounds and stuff. But anyways, we're gonna probably head back down. There's a few other spots to check out, heaps actually to check out along here if you're keen to get in the car and go for a drive. But we're just pretty cruisy and just came for a drive to check out the creek, and because we knew you wouldn't come this far when we're leaving, so we just wanted to check it out and check out a few of the spots on the way back south. There's supposed to be a pretty cool sinkhole, so see if you can't find that, Alright, let's go. Right guys, so that there is the Bundera sinkhole. Pretty cool. Didn't even realise but it's actually affected by the tide. And it's home to some very unique animals, and that's why I want you going swimming in there. And to be honest, by the looks of it today, I'd rather go swimming in the ocean. That's not that far from here, so yeah, just be respectful of that if you come and check it out. All the way here I can see this little track, but it was I thought it was a snake when I was in the car, but when I got out I could see the little claw marks there, so it's probably a goanna or something coming down, and you can see it even going down the cliff and into the water, probably going down for a drink or something. Anyways, we're going to keep on going. I might do a voiceover and tell you what kind of animals are in here. It's pretty cool with some remipedes and some blind gudgeon fish and that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to keep on going. Guys, those birds, as I showed you, they are busted birds. They're pretty cool. We first came across them in Cooktown, and old mate Captain Cook in 1770, well, he even took a few aboard the ship to eat, so they can't be too bad on the chew, Pretty cool to see. I think we'll just leave these guys alone to get on with their business. Right guys, that's our time done in North Lefroy. We will talk about it later on in the video we're going to tell you how we like the place and all that kind of stuff. Right now we just want to get on the road and we'll just duct tape everything up, packed up and about to go. It's just gone like probably 10:30 now, so a little bit late. But anyways, hopefully it's a eventless drive back out. We're going to go back south and then out up to Exmouth through that way, hey?
Yeah, we'll backtrack today.
Yeah, so we'll have a bit of a chat, like I said, about how we like the place, what we thought about it, and I'll also do a bit of a rundown on how I do my dust proofing on the Jayco expander. Alright, let's get into it. Right guys, so I promised you I'd show you how I dust proof my caravan for the dirt roads. Now, I'll admit to you, this is a few days after our North Lefroy trip, and so we've been to Exmouth since then, and now we hit the road again, and I lost the vent, but that was not at North Lefroy at all. This was just today on the blacktop, so don't mind that. But usually I rolled some footage of it when it was just covered, just duct tape straight across the vent. This is a fridge vent, so when you're driving on 12 volt, the three-way fridges are pretty useless. It just keeps it cool. So the ventilation is not really required because it's not really working that hard. But if you're using gas, then you definitely need the ventilation, and you should definitely not have your vents blocked off. We will actually, as soon as we stop, I'll take the duct tape off on both the vents to let the gas flow nicely. I'll do the same to the door vent, and I'll do the same on the other side to the aircon. Now obviously the aircon, I don't bother untaping because while we're off-grid we can't use the aircon anyway. And also up here for me, got a range hood vent and another little vent there that just vents straight into the kitchen area. And also just mindful with the door vent, that's very important to take the duct tape off that too, because that is what's gonna stop you from dying if your LPG ever leaks, because if the LPG leaks, it's gonna sink to the lowest level, which is the entry step, and that way it will just vent straight out. If that is blocked, then the next vents up is probably this one here, or the beds, depending on if you're got it open or not. But that means that gas is going to fill up the whole van to where you're sleeping, and you won't even know about it. You won't ever wake up. So very important to take that tape off. I don't know if the LPG system, like maybe a cooktop, has probably got a I forget what they call, like a flame out thing. So if the gas is on but there's no flame happening, it should automatically cut off. Maybe, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I know like the modern ones probably would, and I'm not sure about the three-way fridge either, if it has that feature or not. So that's why the vent is there. It's very important to make sure that is not obstructed while the vent is in use. When it's in transit, it's probably not an issue, because that's how we travel with it on. Now in the future, what I will do when we get home is I'm going to make up some sort of a system where it's just like flaps or something. I'll slide over straight onto it instead of having to duct tape every time, because when you're traveling dirt roads consistently, it can be a bit annoying having to duct tape all the vents up every morning. Now we just do it every now and then, or if you do it consistently, it's like one big run, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, I'll work on that, and if I do decide to do that, I'll make a video and post it up on our channel for you to check out as well. So also, if you want to get a bit more into it, which is what I should have done, I just haven't ever gotten around to it, is you need to go and, like, at night time, have all the lights on inside the van, jump underneath, and any light you can see leaking out, that means there's a hole there somewhere, and you want to just silicone that up with get a bit of gap filler or something like that. And the majority of the gaps are going to be like under the cupboards and that kind of stuff, which is what really gets dirty in our van, because the bench top and stuff like that it stays pretty clean, no dirtier than it would get with us using it for a couple of days. And the other thing I do is I've got a scupper vent. Excuse the mess, we've just pulled up for after a day on the road. Let me just, lighting is adjusted. Yep. So I've got a scupper vent here, and all I've done here is this is the dirty side, obviously, is just got a bit of old air filter, little sandwich container, cut the back out of it.
Daddy, I need to wash my fingers.
Okay, I cut the back out of it. Hang on a sec, I got a kid to take care of. There you go, bud. Another one. Right, there you go. Yeah, so I cut the back out of it, and I cut the front out of it, with leaving a little bit of space there for the filter doesn't fall out. Now that is a horrible job. I would do a much better job, but I did that while we were in bush. Because the scupper vent is great, especially to provide clean air in. The thing is, when you're on dirt roads, there's other cars on dirt roads, and every now and then they make a big pile of dust, and as you saw, the dirty side of the filter was pretty dirty, and that will just stop the bulk of the dirt from coming in as well. That is about all that I do. Yeah, like that's going around and gap filling, siliconing all the stuff underneath the cupboards and stuff. That is going to make a big difference too. And if you're really serious about it, you can get one of those fancy powered. They use a fan to suck in the fresh air from the top instead of just relying on the scoop, the scupper vent, and that will be awesome. But this is an old van, and I don't want to cut any holes in the roof because I did that for the scupper van. Actually, I got that done professionally, but yeah, just because because I might even do that eventually if I decide to keep this van for a while. Undecided on that. But yeah, that's it. That's what we do for trying to keep the dust out of our van. And you know what? It works pretty good. It takes care of about 98% of the dust from in the usable space. But like I said before, in the cupboards, that's a different story. And I have a solution for that. I just haven't been bothered to do it yet, which is probably a bit too lazy. But hey, I'm on holidays, all right? Anyways, guys, that's it. Righto, North Lefroy, how'd you like it?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a great escape from everything. We stayed there 4 nights. Yeah, so we were out in the wilderness, camped under the stars. We didn't get to see Ningaloo Reef as much as we'd hoped, but we did see other things, like, you know, we saw that sinkhole. Oh yeah, that was cool, Bundera sinkhole. Yeah, and we got to drive on the corrugated road. Yeah, the roads, they weren't as bad as everyone else made it out to be. But yeah, for me, honestly, after being a cobber, I was kind of expecting, I had a look on Google Maps and it looks like it was reef out there, but the reef is a fair way away. You need a tinny or a kayak to get out there. And from the beach, what we saw was actually just the seaweed. Like, that was very disappointing, but if you're not going there for snorkeling, it is still an awesome place to be camped out in the bush. It's really peaceful. The sites are nice and spread out enough, and I made friends with some really awesome people over there. Yeah, no, if you have a boat, it would be great. Even just a kayak, it would be great just to get out on the reef for fishing, snorkeling, whatever. Yeah. But otherwise, if you want to do it for the snorkeling, don't bother with North or South Lefroy, to be honest. You're better off going to either Quabba, which was awesome, which is one of our favourites still, or Cape Range, but we unfortunately could not get a booking at Cape Range. We tried and tried and tried, but we just could not get a Cape Range. So busy, yeah. Well, South Lefroy would have been good for snorkeling, but you just got to watch the tide times. Watch the weather. It's all very weather dependent, like anywhere else with visibility and that, but probably not the best for kids because the current is quite strong there, and there are a lot of like boats around, so fishing as well, so yeah. Anyways, we still had a good time there. It was still pretty awesome. Make sure you join us next week. We'll be showing you what we did in Exmouth, exploring Cape Range and the Ningaloo Reef finally. Yeah, it's awesome. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye. See ya.